It's Week 12 of the NFL, and we'll see the Bears' leader at quarterback. He's been sensational as he leads the league in touchdown passes. It's the Bears and the Lions, next on Madden Football.
Coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Today our coverage kicks off with a good one here between the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. Brandon Gaudin joined as always by Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Bears in this one. Their offense is a unit that's not afraid to take chances out there, but not always for the better. What do you see them trying to do here?
I think they'll continue to take those chances, Brandon, but to me, they have to do it in a measured way. And what I mean by that, they can't just come into a game and throw caution to the wind and just say we're going to run a bunch of gadget plays, a lot of reverses, end arounds, all of those things. They've got to identify the spots where they want those plays to pay off, which means you have to set them up, and then when they present themselves, take full advantage.
It's been a tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week
They'll start on the ground with Swift. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because of zone coverage. So timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On first down, Justin Herbert. Wide open receiver, complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 47. Swift going to try up the middle. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Herbert. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. Oh, look at the juke. He'll get it inside the 20, and they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Herbert operating from the red zone. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. To throw again on 2nd down. Herbert flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive.
They'll try and set up the screen to Swift.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring your running backs back in the block, or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Swift is in for a Lions touchdown. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead at 7-0. So that one a long 11-play drive, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 21 carries, 83 yards, and a touchdown.
And even though it's a short week, running backs love when they're in a groove, and that's exactly where he is right now. He's hoping to feast a little bit more here on Thanksgiving.
The throw over the middle, taken in, and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40.
Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
Down to about the 37.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, and really on paper, at least a great situation for them upcoming. They're unbeaten on the year, and open week coming up after this. So I guess my question, any worry that maybe this is coming at the wrong time?
Definitely I would be worried about this game, maybe more than any other on the schedule, because I know my guys are looking ahead to that open week. I've got to keep them focused on the task ahead, make sure they take care of business in this one. Otherwise, you're talking about a double trap. The trap of losing the game and then having the open week and having to stew about it. Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete, and they're going to get this down inside the 15. 2nd and 5. He finds his man, complete. That's Cox. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
For as much as we extol his route running and him as a pass catcher, he might be better with the ball in his hands. He did not want to go down there until he found the end zone. And while he didn't quite get there, he and his guys are set up near the goal line now. 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to be shoved back short of the goal line. They'll try again. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there with his 14th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bears respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. First quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Now the try here for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And they, almost to a man, told us how excited they are to be playing in this traditional Thanksgiving game. But we have to remember, this is a team that lost on Sunday. Now they get a very quick turnaround to play again. How difficult is that to do?
It's difficult under any normal circumstance when you're coming off of a loss and you have a quick turnaround. The first thing is to put the loss behind you and move forward. But when you play on Thanksgiving Day, everyone's watching you. It's an added bonus, though, because now you put the loss behind you. Get that taste out of your mouth, because the taste you want is victory, turkey, and pumpkin pie.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Herbert. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. His first catch, good for 8 and a 1st down.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
On 1st down, it's Herbert. He'll go right back to St. Brown. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 41. Now it's Herbert. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. This defense for the Bears, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape, because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be brought down at the 27. They will run straight ahead with Swift. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. Second down. 7-7, our score after 1. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Justin Herbert looking to pass. He'll drop this one off to Swift. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Herbert. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
Herbert now. And it's caught. And in for the Lions touchdown. T.J. Hockenson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions have taken the lead.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Extra point now by Boswell. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was T.J. Hockenson who finished the drive with a touchdown reception. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league could support it quite well, where you could move games to different spots and still be very successful on Thanksgiving Day. But you're exactly right. I am a traditionalist. I really don't want Detroit and Dallas to...
Well, it's out. Smith lost it, and this is scooped up by the Lions. And into the end zone, a scoop and score on a fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it, and they'll take it out to the 25.
The Bears offense out there set and ready to go. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing. The answer can be yes, because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up third down.
Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though, and they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
And if you're wondering how quick a quarterback's decision-making needs to be, a next-gen stat says that play took all of 2.8 seconds from beginning to end.
That's taken on the 25. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and the Lions will take over.
Well, let's shine the spotlight on the former Georgia Bulldog, DeAndre Swift, who's set to begin this next drive.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Back to throw here, Herbert. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up third.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed, because they got a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit.
And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 22. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return, and the Bears take over.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Sitting in first place in the division, they've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit, or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point, and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Complete. Smith has it.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now a handoff up the middle. Cox. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Third down, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright, and this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out and try to work for 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
So here are the Lions to take over. They were losers a week ago to Arizona, but they're on top here as they start this drive with a 1st and 10. A little jet sweep to start the drive. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. From just shy of midfield, Herbert. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And he is going to have the Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the 1st half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here's a handoff to Swift.
And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert.
That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football.
They'll try and run here with Swift.
And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line.
55 rushing yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
First down, and they go with Swift again. And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, Herbert. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Herbert wants to throw it on 3rd and 1. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
Everything's going right here in this 1st half, and they've got a good lead. And part of that can be attributed to their success on 3rd downs. This is another conversion here, and they can look to really open things up now with this 1st and goal.
A chance to really cap off a big 1st half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Here's Swift.
And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this 1st half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Second down and goal. Herbert. And he's got it. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Play action. It's Herbert. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
On fourth down, Herbert. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. They try to throw on fourth and goal from the 2. And the Chicago defense able to come up with a goal line stand. They kept it in the air on fourth, Charles. They ran on first and second down, tried it through the air on third and fourth. Couldn't come away with anything on fourth and goal.
And remember, in these situations, the field is really condensed. Everything is squeezed tight. So as a defender, you can actually take more chances here because they won't have as much time to throw the football, and the receiver really can't run past you. If they do, they run out the back of the end zone. Nice job by the D, shutting them down.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And the Lions going to go back on offense one final time in this first half. And with great starting field position and 1 timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. Herbert setting up to throw on first down.
Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Herbert with it looking to pass. And incomplete on the deep ball. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Herbert. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. To the air again, Herbert. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds.
A 54-yard attempt.
And that will line up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
One of the few things that hasn't gone right in this first half. They had a chance there for late points, but this one winds up off the mark.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just 1 snap of the football.
He's going to throw one up from the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And a happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there as we look ahead to 2 more games later today and then a full slate coming up this weekend. Plenty to look forward to in that early window. One being a noontime start up in Green Bay. A big one for the Packers as they'll get set to tangle with the Minnesota Vikings. Good games in the late afternoon as well. One being out in Santa Clara, where it'll be the 49ers taking on the Baltimore Ravens. And one final game to highlight. We wrap things up on Monday Night Football, and they've got a good one this week between the LA Chargers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Bears. And they did have some success running the football in those first 2 quarters. And that might be something they continue to work on as they try to get back in this game. Meanwhile, for the Lions, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback.
So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A gain there of 21 yards.
His tremendous season passing the football, it continues, Charles. That last throw puts him over 4,000 yards now on the year.
And he's still got the rest of November and all of December still to play. So to me, 5,000 yards, very much in play.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Cox. Oh, what a juke into space. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They'll get 34 yards there.
Well, and this is where quarterbacks' passing numbers sometimes get a little bit more inflated than they should, because this is a short little pass, but it goes for big yardage.
Yeah, and this is nothing more than a simple screen pass, but he does a really nice job of showing patience and letting his blockers get out in front of him. And he turns it into really nice yardage.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. They'll set up a throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Cox. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
And they've used him in the passing game to great effect so far. And here they get it to him again on the screen, and it turns into a nice positive play.
2nd and 3 from the 9.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great effort there, with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game.
And the Bears have cut it back within a score.
That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try to make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Here's Herbert. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. Oh, he's got some breathing room.
And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first.
On the handoff, this is Swift.
In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. On 2nd and 9.
Herbert, he's going to get that to Swift underneath. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3.
Throw complete there. Rodgers. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 33. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now it's Herbert. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds.
These two teams hooking up for the 2nd time this year. They first met back in October, week 7, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. From the 28, it's 2nd and 5.
Herbert back to the air. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now it's Swift.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
They'll run the draw here with Swift.
And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson.
And he is going to have a Lions first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
I'd love to sit down at some point in our offseason and talk to these defensive coordinators in the red zone. Tight end is obviously a big threat, yet these guys continue to make plays. Is there any other way to stop them?
Apparently not. In the red zone, like you said, that's your guy. They got it to him.
Supreme confidence in going to a playmaker.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
72 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage.
Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. Here's a toss play right to Swift.
And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
You can almost feel him thinking as he's running the football. Just one more block, anything to get me to the perimeter and around the corner. Couldn't quite get there. Ends up getting spilled for a loss.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Herbert. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. From 3 yards out.
And the Lions have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it's in the center of the ring or putting him on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead now up to 14. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense.
They did what they had to do to start this third quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's second down. On play action, they'll throw. It's caught. Smith. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. The Bears on the move. They've got another first down.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Now a throw here to his running back.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
They'll look to throw again. Well, this one complete to Smith.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
So second and 10 now here in the third quarter from Detroit.
Here's a give up the middle. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with third and 11. We're on to the fourth here on Thanksgiving Day. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. The offense on third down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is third and 11. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's got to be frustrated. Bottled up for the third straight play. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. Fourth down now.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off He's riding high again.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field.
Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
14 yards that time for number 14.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? At this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
Herbert's throw taken in by Hockenson here.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down.
At the 47-yard line.
Here's Swift.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Herbert on 3rd down now.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
76 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this one is incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from home. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll just get rid of it. Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And Detroit back in possession of the football. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. On 1st down, it's Herbert. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. From the 30 on 2nd down, Herbert. And that's out to the flat for Swift.
And he gets this up across the 35 for his outbounds. And a 1st down pickup of 8.
Well, certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game. And there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. And his throw's going to be incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Now a carry for Swift. And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert.
He'll drop this one off to Swift.
And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it.
The Chicago offense set to get started. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, and they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Throw left side, complete. That's Cox. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. So on 4th down, a big-time completion. And the defense, they've got to be shaking their heads right now.
Not only shaking their heads, but understand that they committed one of those cardinal sins that they say they can't do at any time. They committed an eye violation, had their eyes in one place, and allowed the deep ball behind them.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
He'll try again. And not a whole lot there as they'll get him down at about the 2. 3rd and goal. Keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Bears have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. What a game it's been for him in the backfield, Charles, as he pounds it into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, and he hits the end zone one more time, and his blockers cleared all those lanes. Before the snap, they called for the heavy unit, right? 3 tight ends coming on the field, and they got the job done clearing the way.
They're going to try and run, but he will not get in here. He's stopped up short of the goal line, and this will remain a 5-point game.
I have to admit, I love the excitement of the 2-point try. You know, to see what's going to happen, and it happens pretty quickly, doesn't it? You get an answer, and in this case, it was unsuccessful for the guys trying it.
Completely unrelated, I just realized that I stole both of your pins in this last half of the game. My bad, partner.
Hey, that's okay. Well, and just in the time they went for 2.
The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
Herbert now. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long.
Here's Herbert. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Back to throw here, Herbert.
Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down.
That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
This is Swift on the counter.
And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Illegal block in the ball. Offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. They'll run here with Swift.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
Back to the running game with Swift.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Once again, it's Swift.
And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
Swift going to try up the middle.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. On 3rd down, here comes Swift.
And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Boswell's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3.
So that gets him a little bit of breathing room, but not much. And you have to think back to the field goal that he missed earlier. This would be a 2-score game right now if he'd converted them.
And if you and I are thinking about it, you know he is as well, because in the back of his mind, he's thinking, I hope I get one more shot in an important spot. He just made that one. He wants one more later to truly make up for the earlier miss.
So now the Bears down by 8, and time a huge factor. Their long win streak in great peril as they come up 1st and 10. They'll look to throw.
Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the out.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw as this play will stand as is. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. First down now, but that clock rolling. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. The Bears moving hastily in the hurry-up offense. Now he dumps this off over the middle. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. And this will be caught. Touchdown. So in the final minute here, now a 2-point conversion will tie the game.
The touchdown's massive, but now they've got to have 2 to possibly take this to overtime.
So what can the Bears do here as they'll go for 2? They'll look to throw, and it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the 4th. Huge conversion there to tie this thing up, but they're not done yet. Their defense needs to get a stop.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time for the other team to come downfield and put some points on the board, but job 1 was taken care of. The 2-point conversion to get this thing tied.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. DeAndre Swift heading back out with his Detroit teammates.
He's toppled the century mark already receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he's been that receiver. Now they bring him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball will increase as this one goes on.
Well, they might need to devote some extra attention to him, something just to stop the momentum he has.
And this is not going to be what they needed. They get a few here, but now 3rd down as the clock runs.
Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And no return here to begin the overtime session. That'll be a touchback.
Onto the field now come the Bears.
And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a first throw here in overtime. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
It's now 2nd and 10.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And his throw is incomplete. In need of a 3rd and 10 conversion to keep this opening drive of OT alive. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Well, their defense did its job. Now they're going to get the football with a chance to win.
And it feels like they ran out on the field, and right before they did, they told the offense, don't worry about this. We got you. Okay, we've got the situation under control. We'll get it back for you for a chance to win the game. And, boy, they did it well.
They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
So here come the Lions now.
Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points. And now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick six, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmys and the Joes.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and
From the 44, Herbert. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
From the gun, here's Swift.
And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a 1st down as he stopped at the 48. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
Here comes the Lions punter now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And that'll be incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10 once again from the 28.
It's 2nd down and 10.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he's got room. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
115 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And it's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. finding Hardman here over the middle. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. They've had some success here in overtime with this opening drive running the football right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there available to them.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their second-year kicker. And the defense is going to let him think about it a little as they use their 2nd timeout here. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And they've come in here and stolen one on the road.
That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the 4th quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for the Bears, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Lions, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the Cleveland Browns.